This is Ethan Mailer and Drew. We're back
Drew,
with the Holy Huddle, and here's what we got for y'all. Obviously, last week was a live stream episode. We predicted about 5 or 6 games. Some would say 6 or 7. But
Okay, buddy.
Starting off with one of the probably more mellow games that we chose was Miami and Florida, with Miami escaping with the W 26-7. A very easy game for the Hurricanes, and nothing really surprises me. I don't even know why it was College Game Day. I saw that Pat McAfee took a dip in the pool. That was probably the best part between the two actual matchups. I think that was the only good part about it because it was honestly a pretty boring game.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. If I had to go down to Miami, do the whole show for that long in a suit like that, I would totally put on a Speedo and take a dip at the end of the show. Heck yeah. That was...
And I'm with everybody. I think the U is back. Give me. He's got the Speedo. Oh my God. Give me the. Canes, baby. Here it goes. Oh, God. Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
I just saw the internet going crazy. While he was trying to get down to his Speedo, he was sort of grabbing the Speedo a little bit, and he sort of sniffed his balls, is what they're saying.
Well, while he was climbing up the stairs, everybody was like, dude, you sound gassed.
He's getting winded.
I know. It sounded like he just ran 2 miles. But no, I remember I saw something on like Instagram or whatever, and they kept on showing like the step by step on how he fell, like the kind of the elapse of it. No, it was hilarious. But no, again, I would totally.
That was certainly something, wasn't it?
I would have totally just shirt off, Speedo on, boom, let's go, baby. Totally, I love it.
But yeah, Miami takes down the Gators 26-7 on that one. Another game we chose was Tulane Ole Miss. Ole Miss won 45-10, and I see some news sort of coming out of this one is that Trinidad Chambliss is starting a QB controversy down there in Oxford, with Austin Simmons being hurt, banged up, not maybe playing the best. Then you got your backup coming in and playing a whole lot better. Is there QB controversy in Oxford right now?
I mean, I wouldn't call it controversy because, I mean, they've played 2 conference games already. I mean, who do they play it against, right? They play it against Kentucky, who, is average. I can't remember who else. They played another SEC. I know that they've played 2 games.
Kentucky.
Yeah, Arkansas, Kentucky, are, kind of average right now. So I think, until they play like an LSU, they're playing LSU ironically this week. So until they play like an LSU and those, those upper tier teams in the SEC or just overall, I think that's when you can, I guess, start comparing the two, I guess.
Yeah. And I've just been hearing a lot of news on who should be the starter, who is making this team better. And Chambers has 719 yards and 4 touchdowns. Austin Simmons, I saw had like 3 touchdowns and 3 picks. He was not doing so hot. So
yeah, I just think the best judgment for those kinds of things is when you really start getting into those big games. Like who gives you the best chance to win, and that's honestly the top priority.
Yeah. Absolutely. And let's move on to the next game that we chose. Was an absolute butt whooping, something I didn't expect at all. Indiana and Illinois. Indiana wins 63-10. You would think they were playing an FCS team with how bad that was.
Dude, they nearly had 600 yards of total offense. Holy cow.
Indiana is a team that's here to stay. Kirk Cinetti found himself a real good quarterback in Fernando Mendoza.
I honestly have no words for this one, unless just, I'm just
gonna give you a little something statistically, stat eye candy real quick, if you will.
All right.
570 total yards compared to Illinois' 161. 31 first downs to Illinois' 9. Time of possession, 39-43 to 20 minutes. And then Indiana's quarterback only threw 2 incompletions the whole night. He had more touchdowns than incompletions that night. He was 21 for 23 with 5 touchdowns.
I was about to say, if you only have 2 incompletions, no wonder you put up 63 points. That's insanity. Yeah. Almost 300 yards passing, 5 touchdowns like you said. Kid's balling out.
Yeah, and the former Cal quarterback, not a single interception this year either. It'll be interesting to see if they get him in New York because of how well he's playing.
Well, if he keeps playing like that, he will be in New York. That's a guarantee.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And then on the Illinois side,
that is a terrible loss. 9th, you're going in facing the 19th team. You are the better team, probably going into the game, and then you just go in and get your will completely broken. Like, you don't even want to step on a football field again. Losing 63 into a basketball school.
You don't even want to put your pads back on at halftime.
Some of those guys are already looking on LinkedIn and Indeed right now,
LinkedIn can help you confidently navigate every step of your job search. LinkedIn helps you figure out what's next and who's hiring. Now I'm building towards.
That's funny.
They're like, man, what's the next step? It's like the Kevin Durant meme. What's the next move?
Yeah.
What's my choice?
Well,
electrician seems like a pretty good job right now.
I hope the rest of the Big Ten is on watching and is on notice right now, because if they're not, they're gonna learn a lesson.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then another game we chose was the Oklahoma-Auburn game. Oklahoma won that game by 7 points, but I hear John Mateer is now dealing with some injury issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he got surgery in his right hand or something. It was his throwing hand.
Yeah, I saw him praising some doctor on social media.
Yeah,
I think he'll be out for 4 games, 3 or 4 games, give or take.
So he's gonna miss Red River.
None of the less. Oklahoma is 4-0 starting the season, which is probably their best start under Brent Venables ever.
Yeah.
Because Oklahoma seemed like an SEC contender as of right now.
Without John Mateer, I would say no.
But then you have that experienced starter in Michael Hawkins who knows the system.
Yes. For me though, I wouldn't consider them a pretender or anything like that, but I don't know.
With 2 ranked wins already in this season?
Yeah, but who else do they have to play? Because they have Texas. They have Texas coming up.
Kent State will be a pretty light one.
Yeah.
They have Texas next week, which will mark the 1-year anniversary of our channel.
Isn't that crazy?
But I think Michael Hawkins is more than a capable starter. I think he'll get the job done during Kent State. But once it comes to Texas, I don't know. I think this Oklahoma team could be very, very dangerous, especially with the Auburn offense that we've seen this year. That's been really, really solid, and they locked them down.
Well, and 2 things about Oklahoma. I think when they go into the Texas game, they have so many more weapons than they did last year. Last year they had all kinds of injuries, all skill positions. They didn't really have anybody at skill anywhere. And then that defense for Oklahoma is, to me, what I saw against Auburn was amazing. Oklahoma had 10 sacks, which I think tied a school record, I think. Now, that doesn't mean Auburn's offensive line was up to par, but, I think Oklahoma's defense has been pretty legit the last couple of weeks.
Oh, totally, for sure.
So,
yeah, I think Oklahoma's defense is going to have to carry them in these coming weeks.
But I definitely think Oklahoma is going to be in the conversation. It's just,
how long can they maintain this? How long can they play?
Yeah.
And then I think it was Michigan and Nebraska. I'll tell
you what. Nebraska had so many chances to win the game and to basically try and put it away, but the inconsistency on offense and defense just killed them. And when I watched that game, Dylan Raiola just looked like a statue in the backfield. He kind of looked like Ashton Genty just standing in the backfield doing just trying to look and see if he could find anything, and there was nothing.
Yeah, he put up a solid game. Don't get me wrong.
He did.
And I really want to mention this statistic. Coach Matt Rule had no ranked wins at Baylor, no ranked wins at Temple, and so far he has no ranked wins at Nebraska.
Well, I believe I saw a statistic that Nebraska since 2016 against ranked teams is like 0-28.
Yes, I saw that too. That does not bode well for Coach Matt Rule either. He's going to have to get that fixed if his team wants to be a contender in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Michigan, they sort of bounced back from that Oklahoma week and sort of look like a good team.
Yeah, I mean, I also think they have a pretty good schedule going down the road as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bryce Underwood is playing really well as a freshman right now, I think.
I think so too. And then we have the game of the week, Texas Tech versus Utah. Now, the storylines behind this game was quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The game was a very defensive struggle through the first half, even the third quarter, most of the third quarter. But Texas Tech starts to pull away at the end. Quarterback Brendan Morton goes down with injury. Who steps in? Will Hammond to save the day. 13 for 16 off the bench, 169 yards and 2 touchdowns to carry Texas Tech to the win over Utah in Utah.
Yeah.
And there are some ridiculous interceptions in this game if you watch it. Devin Dampier threw 2 interceptions. Brendan Morton threw 2 interceptions. There was one of the interceptions where the guy just took it away from the wide receiver in the end.
Morton will throw it. Sideline throw. Intercepted in the end zone. Jackson Benny. Another turnover. He takes it away.
This is wild. These defenses are just coming to play. Benny does a great job of getting back to the ball, but again, it's underthrown from Baron Morton. That's 2 picks that he's thrown, both of them underthrown, and Utah takes advantage.
Zone. I mean, it's like you as a receiver are supposed to be the strongest hands. You're supposed to be able to rip it away from the DB, not supposed to get it taken away from you.
Yeah.
Your job is to literally have hands, and you got outhanded by a DB.
Chuck the ball out.
But Texas Tech, they are legit. They are legit.
Dude,
dominant fourth quarter.
And their defense in that fourth quarter shut them down.
That defense is a playoff level defense.
And Terrence Carter had one heck of a game as well. He got a big touchdown there to kind of try and really start Texas Tech's roll at the end of that game. But in the running game, did you see that one play where like 3-4 Utah defenders had the running back and he just bounced off and just shook out of them?
If they win this game ball is coming for Hammond. Dickey keeps going outside, sideline, touchdown, Texas Tech. Cameron Dickey, 24 yards, back breaker.
Crazy.
But Utah has a lot more to look forward to this season. I think they're a contender in the Big 12 still. But I think Texas Tech, as of right now, is going to win the Big 12.
Finally, that oil money's doing something.
I wish Jerry Jones could bring some of his oil money over to the Cowboys. He doesn't want to seem to pay the right people. But anyway, now we are moving on.
750 passing yards in the first 2 weeks. Good night. Crazy.
But now we're moving on to next week's games. And we actually have 2 games going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
FSU and Virginia. A very interesting showdown. They're going to be playing in Charlottesville, Virginia, and the Seminoles are favored by a touchdown. Virginia has a top 5 offense. Florida, they have the number 1 offense. They have the number 2 rushing offense in the whole country. FSU, number 12th ranked scoring defense. They are good in almost everything. Where can Virginia really look for weaknesses? As of right now, I don't really see Florida State as a team with many weaknesses.
No. And Castellanos for Florida State's been tearing it up, too. That Gus Malzahn hire for the offensive coordinator position was probably Mike Norvell's probably one of his best decisions that he's made since he's been at Florida State. I mean, they're just popping on.
After that terrible season last year, they're on a roll. Castellanos is fitting in this offense perfectly. I wouldn't say he's exactly tearing it up. I wouldn't say he's exactly throwing for 5 touchdowns a game, rushing all these yards. But he is leading a rushing attack that is lethal. Micah Danzy and Gavin Sawchuk lead the running back room. Micah Danzy's the receiver, excuse me. But they are leading the offense from that standpoint.
Yeah. Well, going into this one, 6 p.m. at Virginia, I think Mike Norvell, honestly, they're probably one of the favorites right now to be in the ACC championship, most likely, them in Miami. I'm going all the way Noles.
Okay.
All the way.
When I look at both teams, I look at a Virginia team that is well improved. Their offense is phenomenal. They have the number ranked 20 passing offense, which doesn't say much because Florida State is not really a passing team, but I do expect Virginia to cover. But I am taking Florida State for this
Florida
one.
State? All right, sweet.
And then the next one, we have TCU and Arizona State, a Big 12 showdown on a Friday night lights in Arizona.
Ooh.
What do you got?
What do I got? Am I going to take the Sun Devil or am I going to take a Horned Frog? Well, like what Mike Leach would say back in the day, the Sun Devil probably has some superpowers, you know? And, a Horned Frog, realistically wouldn't stand much of a chance against the Sun Devil. So you got to take that into consideration. TCU comes in number 24. Josh Hoover, I think, is having a brilliant season. But on the other side, Arizona State, they're still one of the favorites to be in the Big 12 championship. Like I said earlier, Sun Devil, he's got magical powers. And, at home, I think TCU takes their first L and Arizona State takes it, baby.
But yeah, and being a Baylor fan, we kind of lost to Arizona State last week on a game we really shouldn't have lost. But I was at work the whole time. I couldn't really watch it. Sadness. I seem so disappointed, don't I?
Seems so disappointed.
But we look at this showdown. We look at TCU with one of the best passing offenses in the country. Josh Hoover is already at 1,000 yards this year. Let that soak in for a second. Sam Leavitt, on the other hand, very good as well, 748. But I think this running game by Arizona State is going to really get it done. They got Jordan Tyson, who's going to complement that run game.
Oh, yeah.
On the outside. We got, Arizona State has a guy with 3 sacks already. I think Arizona State looks really good. And they played that one Mississippi State game that really got ahead of them or behind of them. I don't know, the terminology's not flowing right now. They really got the best of them. Yeah. But I really, really love the Sun Devils to take this one at home. It's a party school. All the drunk frat boys are going to be there. They're going to be hollering. They're going to be hooting. Give me the Arizona State Sun Devils.
They're going to have their nice jackets and their ties around their necks. Taking a bunch of pictures with all that alcohol and partying it up all night.
All for the ladies. All for the ladies too, right? All for the ladies. But next game we got is probably less of an interesting game. We got Indiana and Iowa.
Yeah,
Indiana coming off the blowout win in Illinois. I really like Indiana in this game, but Iowa's always sneaky. They sneak up on you.
They're sneaky when they don't just score 7 points in one game.
Hey, but they've been scoring points recently.
Yeah, they have.
38 points against Rutgers last week.
They broke the barrier.
38 points against Rutgers last week. It's being played in Iowa City. It's being played in Iowa City.
That's got to be the most points an Iowa offense has scored in 3 years.
But yeah, Fernando Mendoza, just a ridiculous quarterback. I really love. I don't think there's much debate for me here. I think Chaz Surratt, Omarion Cooper Jr., they're going to get the job done. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. No, I do. I think, honestly, I don't think Iowa really stands a chance in this. Listen, I love Iowa. I love the Hawkeyes, but Hoosiers?
Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. Dude, you look so tired.
But, okay, so we got the next game, Tennessee versus Mississippi State. And this is a game that I've really circled, honestly and personally, with Mississippi State being at home. And they're a team that's played well at home.
Yeah.
To mostly everybody's surprise. They took down Arizona State, who's a very good ball club at home. Mississippi State.
Mississippi State's 4-0. Now, given that one big win was against Arizona State, but
you really look at that's a That's a good win, especially because Arizona won against a good Baylor team at home.
Well, Mississippi State's already doubled their win total from last year.
Maybe they're playing with house money, man. I don't know. I look at Tennessee. I look at Joey Aguilar, and his offense is very systematic. But I really look at Mississippi State here and think this is a trap game for Tennessee. I think Blake Shapen. I think their running back, their running game. I think their defense is solid. Give me the Bulldogs to take them down at home.
Wow. Oh, I like that. Yeah, no, I think Joey Aguilar is going to come in with a hot hand like he did against Georgia. But I think also Blake Shapen. I mean, Tennessee's defense to me is it's just not where it needs to be. And the Dogs are at home. They're 4-0. Man, let's flip a coin here again. I'm taking Tennessee to win on the road. I'm choosing good old
old
Smoky
Rocky Top.
Yeah.
Good old Rocky Top.
Let's sing it real fast. Rocky Top.
I don't know the song. I'm not gonna try to sing it.
Home to me, good old Rocky Top. Woo! Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Okay.
Gosh,
another game that I have on here is Alabama and Georgia, and that's a really good matchup. You know, Georgia is favored. Georgia is favored by about 3.5 in this game. And when I saw Alabama go down to FSU, I just don't quite think of them the same way that I used to.
You know what's interesting? You know what's really interesting? I believe from 2018. Well, I don't know how many years it's been, but like for the last 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years, every time Georgia and Alabama have met up, Georgia has been the favorite by like maybe 3.5 points. Or maybe by more. Alabama comes out and in an absolute buzzsaw, doesn't blow them out by any means, but they win a big game. A couple of times in the SEC championship, Alabama they shouldn't have had a chance, and Georgia just fell on their knees again.
Pause? Fell on their knees? Pause, dog?
You know what? Not in that way, just like Alabama owns Georgia.
And they're playing at Sanford Stadium. And the Dogs, every good thing is meant to be broken. Bama's dynasty. It's honestly as good as gone at this point when you look at how they've been playing recently. Georgia, they're a rising team right now. They're sort of on the up and up. NIL, that sort of helps them get where they need to go. I really like the Dogs in this game, but I also, I look at the Tide's high-powered offense with Bernard, Ryan Williams still, but I don't want to say Roll Tide. I'm going to make that poor guy on social media, Roll Tide Williams.
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby. I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Blitz, Bama, blitz, baby. Blitz, Bama, blitz. I love America and I love the Tide, baby. And I love Will to death. That's right. Don't give a shit about piss but the Tide. Tide, go get them. Tide, go take them down. 24-17.
I think is his name. I'll make that old man real disappointed. Give me the Bulldogs to finally take one.
And what's ironic is I'm wearing all red, so you don't know which team I'm going to pick. So
I'm wearing a Nirvana shirt.
Yeah. No, I'm going to go. I'm going to go with a team that's been to the SEC championship for around 3 or 4 straight years. What's that coming down the track? It's a mean machine and a red and black. Ain't nothing.
He's going to switch up to Bama. Just watch.
Then a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Dogs, go Dogs. Oh, Dogs, sick 'em.
I'm waiting for the switch up.
Killing Alabama to beat the Georgia Bulldogs, baby. Let's go.
I knew that. I knew that was coming. I knew that was
Oh, you almost had it. You're going to be quicker than that.
coming.
Georgia has yet. Listen, when this game has come down to the wire, Georgia gets all the hype. They always disappoint. Kirby Smart's 1-6 against Alabama. I mean,
streaks are meant to be broken.
Even though it's a home game, last time Alabama went to Georgia, they beat them 38-10, and Georgia was the higher ranked team then. So, I got Alabama, man. Let's go, Ty Simpson.
And then we got the LSU Ole Miss game, which is certainly an interesting one. Looking at it with the way the quarterback situation's going down there in Oxford. But we also got an LSU defense that is insanely talented. And LSU is going to be going into Oxford, Mississippi at Vaught Hemingway Stadium. analytics say that Ole Miss has a 73.3% chance of winning. Do you agree with that?
I would say maybe a little lower than that. The fact that it's a home game is, adds to that. I'd maybe drop it to like maybe 58%
And Ole
chance.
Miss is favored in this game by 1.5 points, by a field goal, basically.
Yeah.
So it would be an upset for.
I'm gonna go LSU here. I think it's gonna be extremely close, but I think LSU. I think they take it late. I think they take it. Yeah.
I
think they take it.
See a mastermind genius coach on the other end, a coach with tons of swagger, and then you got Brian Kelly on the other side. Brian Kelly does not bring any excitement to college football. He's like a golfer. He's methodical. He's great. He's great on the green. He putts well. He doesn't drive far. He plays an old man's game style coaching. But
just like that
I really love Lane Kiffin's swagger. I love his coaching style. I love his quarterbacks. Hotty toddy, give me the freaking Ole Miss Rebels.
Going Rebs. All right.
I'm taking the Rebels at home.
Okay.
And then we have Oregon versus Penn State, the game of the week. Who do you have in that game?
Got?
So when I look at this game, I look at it doesn't matter who goes first. It's pretty balanced each way. It's going to be at Beaver Stadium. They're going to have Mo Bamba playing. I really look at this game as Penn State is a 3.5-point favorite. But Penn State, when looking at their schedule, they struggled against some of these teams early on. They struggled to score. Maybe early on, I saw some early struggles. I'm doing my scouting report. They played Nevada, they played FIU, and they played Villanova. Their schedule has been a cupcake up to this point. Very, very cupcake. Baker's dozen. Let's be honest. On the other hand, Oregon has not played that hard of a schedule either. But Dante Moore, the former 5-star transfer from UCLA, has been tearing it up. He dominated Oregon State the other day. And I really love the Oregon Ducks to come and take this one because James Franklin still can't win a big game.
You're going to Oregon, huh?
I'm going the Ducks.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Give me the Ducks.
Give me the Ducks. All right. Dan Lanning and the Ducks are coming down from Eugene, Oregon, where they, most of those trees, they can, smoke a couple of them every week. And, they're coming down to Happy Valley and, you're going to hear, we are Penn State. We are
Penn State.
Penn State. But, you know what?
Don't fall.
You make me want to shout. Put your hands up and shout. Come on now. Come on now. Shout. A little bit softer now. A little bit softer now. A little bit softer now. A little bit. Give me Penn State to upset Oregon, baby. Let's go, James Franklin.
I don't think they're gonna rub his head and get any ball. Good luck out of him. He's not the magic genie ball.
Genie ball.
But some teams I really want to highlight that have been doing pretty good recently. James Madison, 2-1 to start the year. Navy 3-0.
Yeah.
Tulane 3-1 to start the year. And then we got UCF with that win over Florida, obviously. In other news, Coach Mike Gundy, one of the longest tenured head coaches in all of college football at Oklahoma State, has been fired this week. And Oklahoma State goes into a game against Baylor this weekend where Baylor opens up as a 20-plus point favorite. Tons of injuries on the Oklahoma State side. I think it's just going to be downhill for Oklahoma State at this point as a program.
Yeah. Mike Gundy, he really built up Oklahoma State to what it is now. Obviously the last 2 years haven't been the same. Mr. Mullet Man really had a big impact on the Cowboys,
He played there.
What's kind of...
He spent his whole life there at Oklahoma State, and now he's not going to be there. That is probably the strangest thing.
Well, and to me, what's one of the strangest things is, 2 years ago, 2023, they played Texas in the Big 12 championship. Obviously, they got blown out in that. But, yeah, the last 2 years, they just haven't... 2 years ago, they won 10 games, and last year they went 3-9, and now they're 1-3, and just crazy.
I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that coach. I'm gonna miss Mike Gundy. I'm a man. I'm 40. Come at me.
I'm 40. Don't come at a kid. I would never.
Come at me.
This came from a mother.
Come at me. I'm a man.
I ain't a kid.
Probably one of his most iconic moments as a coach, and something I want to talk about is, do you think he'll be back coaching another team?
To me, it's weird to think that, but honestly, I don't think Mike Gundy is even thinking about retiring from coaching.
Maybe he takes a slight break like Jimbo Fisher's doing, but
yeah, I think for Mike Gundy's deal, what I could totally see him do if he doesn't come immediately back to coaching is like get on like the Big 12, some kind of television network, be some kind of analyst or whatever. He's a pretty good commentator. Like, he's pretty funny. I think he could get on television maybe for a little bit, and then if he gets back into coaching, which I think he will, I think maybe being, a coordinator, maybe, if he decides that he doesn't want to be quite the head coach somewhere. But I also could see him being a head coach anyway.
I just don't know who's going to hire him.
Yeah.
It just feels weird to see him anywhere else. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have for this week. That's all I have for this week. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you have anything else you want to say.
No, just like you guys watching the videos, and I know y'all enjoy the content. We try to keep posting stuff on our YouTube page and our Instagram stuff. Just stay on alert to see that. And yeah, Ethan, I know we've talked about putting on guests. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about getting guests on. We just haven't been able to, do it. Let us know if you want to be on.
I am going to be planning to get some guests on in these next coming weeks. There's some UTSA people that want to get on. There's a lot. I've been getting requests. There's no doubt. But, please, honestly, reach out to us if you'd like to be a guest on the show. And we'd be more than happy for you to support your alma mater and do some guest picks with us. But without further ado, that was Ethan Mailer at the Holy Huddle signing off.
This is Drew. Sign off, Holy Huddle. See you later.